Am I the a-hole for not making any efforts to get my kids to like my mother's boyfriend? My father passed away when I 36 was 20, and my mother didn't cope well. She got better with time, but she didn't attempt to pursue another relationship until 15 years later. She has been dating Jim for 2 years. I don't hate Jim, but I don't like him either. He drinks a lot. My mother has had to cancel on us several times because he was drunk, has made several offensive jokes to my brother 43 that I didn't appreciate, and is overall a pretty unpleasant person to be around. Still, he seems to genuinely love my mother and makes her happy, so my brother and I don't interfere. One problem I do have with the relationship is that my mother has been trying to get my children, 9 and 5 to form a grandparent bond with Jim. He's also been trying to take on a grandfather role, which neither me nor my wife, 34 want for the kids. They don't try to push boundaries too much, but we've had some minor arguments in the past. Anyway, my daughter had her first ever dance recital last December. There was a limit of 4 guests per child. The kids usually ask us to invite one of their grandparents to events like this, but my mother was out of town. I didn't even ask her, and my in-laws were busy. Instead, my daughter invited my brother to join me, my wife and our son. My mother and Jim came to visit us during the weekend, and she saw pictures from the recital for the first time in a photo album. She asked why my brother was there and not her, and I reminded her she was traveling at the time. She said, "Well, Jim was in town." I'll be honest, we didn't even think of inviting Jim back in December, and neither did my kids. I told my mother that it was my daughter who chose to invite her uncle, and we respected that. Then Jim turned to my daughter and told her that she could invite him next time Grandma wasn't around. My wife chimed and then said she could invite whoever she wanted. After they left, my mother called me. She said she was upset that we weren't making any efforts to welcome Jim into the family, and we were depriving our children of a wonderful grandfather. I told her that we would never force our children to like him or spend time with him if they didn't want to, and that wasn't up for discussion. We ended up having an argument over this before I hung up on her. I spoke with a few family members yesterday who think I'm being too harsh on Jim. Jim hasn't done anything outright terrible, but he's not someone I want to encourage a close relationship with, either. My kids are polite to him, but they don't see him as family. My mother seems determined to change that, and I'm not interested in making it happen for her. So am I the a-hole for not being too warmed up with Jim?
Here are the top comments, plus Opie's reply.
Not the a-hole. I hate when adults try to force kids into having any sort of relationship with other adults. Leave the kids alone. This is how you foster resentful feelings in children and teach them that their feelings and decisions don't matter.
OP replied,
My wife had similar problems with some of her family members growing up, so we try to be extra mindful of that. We teach the kids to be kind regardless, but also that they can choose whether they want to be close to someone or not.
He's not their grandfather though. He's your mother's boyfriend. She's not entitled to make their relationship fit a title she thinks it deserves. You need to be more firm on this though.
OP replied,
It is kind of how I feel. Even my wife's stepfather is more of an extra grandpa and an actual grandparent, though in this case, my father-in-law is alive and active.